Welcome back to Cooking Gluten and Dairy Free with Dave D. Today we're taking a New York City classic and giving it a makeover. Gluten and dairy free chopped cheese. Now, if you aren't familiar, this is basically New York's version of a cheesesteak that is typically served in bodegas, which we used to call corner stores back when I lived there. Anyway, you take some onions, beef with special seasonings that we'll get into later, and some cheese, and you chop them and cook them together and throw it on a hoagie. Then you top it with your favorite condiments and some tomato and lettuce. Doesn't sound that fancy, but trust me, it's delicious. And you know how we do it on this channel. We do it gluten and dairy free, but we don't sacrifice flavor. Now, if you're into gluten and dairy, don't click away. You can use dairy and gluten products if you're into that kind of stuff. We don't discriminate. Anyway, let's get down to business. First things first, let's take a whole sweet onion and dice it up. Next, let's work on our toppings by thinly slicing some tomato. Now, grab a head of lettuce and shred it up, or you can be lazy like me and buy it pre-shredded. And just like that, our prep is complete. Now let's grab some ground beef. I suggest using 80-20 ground beef. I just so happen to have Wagyu ground beef, so I'm using that. Now, if you're trying to watch your fat, I guess you can use a leaner meat, but the grease is what makes this thing special. And if you have a problem with that, you probably shouldn't have clicked on the video anyway, but it's alright, you can finish the video and just quietly judge us. Anyway, let's go ahead and heat a cast iron skillet on medium heat until it's smoking hot. Add some avocado oil or whatever oil you want. Make sure it's in an even layer on the surface of the skillet. Now we're going to add our beef and press it into the pan. We're not going to chop it up yet. We want it to form a nice crust on both sides, so add it to the pan, press it in, let it cook for 3 to 4 minutes or until it gets some nice crust before we flip. Feel free to check it before fully committing to the flip because that crust is very important. Just before the flip, give it a quick season with onion powder and garlic powder. Flip it and season the other side with the same thing. And now let it cook on that side for about 3 to 4 minutes or until that crust forms. Once the crust forms, we get down to the name of the game. Use your spatula to start chopping up the beef like you see me doing here. When you're done with that initial chop, it's time for seasoning. Use some Sazon, which you can find in the international section of most grocery stores or Amazon, and some Adobo Seasonionng. These unique seasonings are magically delicious and gives chopped cheese that distinct flavor from a regular hamburger. Sazon comes in these little packets. Give it a rip and add the whole package all over the meat. Next, add the adobo. Get in there with your spatula and continue chopping up the meat and mixing the seasonings in. When all the pink is gone, push the meat to one side of the skillet, leaving the grease behind, and add your onions. Give the onions a quick seasoning with adobo, onion powder, and garlic powder, and mix the onions around. You want the onions to soften, so cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes, being sure to stir the meat around so they don't sit in one spot. Once the onions are softened, mix them into the meat. Now is the perfect time to mention that the exact ingredients are in the description box below. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe while you're down there. It's very important. If you don't, my feelings will be hurt and I'll stop making YouTube videos forever. Doesn't that make you feel sad? Well, what are you waiting for? Start clicking around. Now, go in for a taste test and adjust accordingly. I didn't have to add anything, man. This was like absolutely perfect. Now turn the heat down. We're going to add our cheeses. Now, typically this is done with American cheese, but since we're doing this dairy-free, we're going to add our own twist by adding some dairy-free smoked Gouda and some dairy-free provolone. Any dairy-free cheese should work, but that's what we're using. Spread the meat in an even layer on the pan and add your slices of cheese to cover the whole pan. Now cover it with a lid to allow the cheese to soften. Remember, we're working with dairy-free cheese, so it doesn't quite melt like the regular cheese. So we're just looking for it to soften at this step. After about 2 to 3 minutes, it should look like this. Now it's time for the name of the game again. We're going to go ahead and chop the cheese into the meat with our spatula. This will allow it to continue to melt. Once it's all melted, remove the meat and put it on a plate. Turn the heat back up to medium. We're going to use the residual oil and some dairy-free butter to give the gluten-free bread a nice little toast. We're using a Char gluten-free baguette, which is a popular brand found at most grocery stores. Spread the butter around until it melts. Now, add your sliced baguette to the pan. Let it cook for about 2 minutes or until it's golden brown. Now it's time to build our sandwich. But we have to season our tomatoes with some ground pepper first. Now we're going to add some vegan mayo to each side of the bread. Next, we're going to add some ketchup. Now we add our seasoned tomatoes. Next, let's add our shredded lettuce. Now it's time for that delicious, cheesy beef. Add as much as you can handle. Now we smash it together. Now this might look a little extra, but this is part of the charm. We're going to wrap this sandwich in some parchment paper and foil. No real science here, just wrap it up the best you can and let it sit for about 2 minutes before cutting through the foil. And that's it, y'all. A gluten and dairy-free chopped cheese sandwich. This recipe took under 30 minutes and is the perfect weeknight meal. Give this recipe a try and leave some positivity in the comment section. Positively? New words. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more recipes, and we'll see you next time.